Well, hello everybody, Ronnie Lee with thebeanscene.com here, and this video is way overdue, but it is time for me to do my 2-year recap of living in Costa Rica as an expat, moving down here 2 years ago from Florida, Estados Unidos, United States. So I'm gonna talk about it. So yeah, walk with me. I'm going to see the sunset, about 5-10 minute walk from the beach in Playa Potrero, Costa Rica. And I'm gonna tell you guys all about my opinion of the pros and cons and everything else about me living here in Costa Rica. So let's get into it. One of the big things I had to get over myself about was that no one really cares what you did before you got here. You could have been a CEO of a company, you could have worked for the government, you could have been in the military. No one cares. Not one person gives a flying frick. And I had to get over that because, you know, I was like, oh my God, we had our own company. We had an event planning company and a music venue and all this fun things that we had. Doesn't matter. The friends you're gonna make here are gonna like you for, well, when they met you and moving on from that. It might have a little bit to do with it, but no one cares. So get over yourself when you get here. You're starting fresh. You move somewhere else. Go back to wherever you came from to get that jolt of confidence if you need it. One of the biggest things that I have to touch on, and I've mentioned this in other videos, is that your perception will change. You really have to give it time to get past the vacation eyes and start dealing with the day-to-day. You know, you're not a tourist. You're eventually gonna be living here and feeling like you're living here. You're not gonna be thinking like a tourist anymore. And that takes just time and willingness to learn. Some people come here and they don't wanna leave behind what they left. They wanna bring it here, and you can't do that. It doesn't work very well anyway. So start fresh. You have to learn the new set of pros and cons. Hola, amigo. Hola. And that will determine whether you want to stay or not. You know why you left, so you know the pros and cons of the country you left. It takes time to learn the new set of pros and cons. You just got to give it time and be willing to learn. Another thing that surprised me is that you're gonna miss something from where you came from, whether it be the conveniences, whether it be your friends and family, whether it be I don't know, like here there's not many movie theaters. I miss going to the movies. You're gonna miss those things. You're gonna miss something. Hold up, I'm approaching my secret spot. I have my little lounge chair backpack. Krista makes fun of me about this thing, but I like it. And I like to go here, sit under this tree right here on the beach. Let me get settled and then I'll continue my video. Okay, there. I'm in my new spot. So let's continue the video, shall we? I had to take my shirt off. Don't get excited. It's a little hot after that walk, but it is beautiful. Before I continue, check it out. This is gorgeous. So yeah, I love that. You know, I've been here for 2 years, and yeah, I don't consider myself a tourist anymore. I'm a local, you know. But even with that, you still have to respect the country, the people. No matter what, you're still a visitor here. And I think people forget that. They get comfortable, this is their new home, but you are visiting. So be respectful. Yeah, there's not many rules here, but there's one big unwritten one, and that is don't be a dick. Another cool observation that I've made living here in Costa Rica after 2 years now is that the friends that you do make, you make friends with them a lot faster, you know? I think they have this like common thing, you know, when you go on a cruise and you sit at the bar at the cruise and you just look over and you say, hey, where are you from? And everybody's, oh, I'm from Minnesota, oh, I'm from Canada, whatever. You have this common bond, this camaraderie that's built in already. And I think that's what happens here when the people move from another country and move to Costa Rica. They all have this wild card about them, that they're like, that they had the balls to do it, the balls to move away, which is, you know, not everybody can do it. It's not for the faint of heart, you know. So I think you kind of like make friends a lot faster because of that alone. I did anyway, you know. So yeah, I wanted to mention that. Shout out to my friends. What's up, guys? And that leads me to a whole nother point, because you're gonna go to these places, these gringo or expat communities, and you're gonna latch on to them as much as you want to learn Spanish and you want to, you immerse yourself in this new culture. There is a culture clash, you know. In Costa Rica, there's a language barrier. You'll learn the culture very quickly just by being out in it. But it's exhausting to try to, you know, have conversations where you're both looking at each other like, you know, intently and just being like, okay, what did they say? So you just fall back into what's comfortable. And that's not a bad thing, but it does create this weird bubble, you know, of not really being 100% in Costa Rica. You're kind of like in this community, and you kind of go out and you choose, oh, do I want to go to a soda and eat like and get the culture, or do I want to go to a place where all the gringos go? You know, you're going to have this community of like-mindedness, and you're going to have a whole nother culture that's completely encircled you. And the quicker you can saturate into that other culture, the quicker you'll feel welcomed and at home. And it just takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. And but it's very possible. I feel like I'm finally doing it just because we're out meeting all the hospitality people. They're usually bilingual, so you get this, you know, you get comfortable, and then from there you're going to branch out. And I'm looking forward to that. You know, and there's a lot more I can talk about, but I've realized that when I look at my analytics on my channel, if I ramble on too long and make the video too long, nobody watches it to the end. So I'm going to recap my recap. And basically, you have to come here with an open mind. There's going to be a new set of pros and cons. You're going to be learning. Don't be a dickhole, a douche canoe, an asswipe. You know, any of those. I was trying to think of a lot more, but I couldn't. So just come here with open mind. Be positive. Be understanding. Be kind. And be willing to learn a new way of life. And I think you will find your pura vida. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys find these videos entertaining. And if you don't, I don't give a fuck. No, I do. But leave a comment, like I said earlier, and I'll get back to you. So pura vida, everybody. Take it easy. Be nice to each other. Bye.